Hi, and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend and you're looking forward to a nice week ahead. Nice practice today, plenty of leg stretches and a little bit of arm balance at the end. So hopefully you will enjoy it. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body, only do what feels right for you today, and be sure to let us know when you've completed the practice so we can add you to our roll of honour for August. So let us begin lying down. Making yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. As you take a few minutes now to just slow down and move into the present moment. And our theme today is present, so let us try to remain in the present moment for the whole practice. So as you lie here, just release yourself of your day, of everything that's going on in your world. Let go of all of your roles and responsibilities. Let go of all labels you and other people put on you. And just bring yourself to your mat. Spending this time connecting your body with your breath, with yourself through your breath. And become aware of yourself on your mat. Aware of your orientation, where your head is pointed, where your feet are. Aware of the space you're taking up on the mat. Aware of how your body feels at all of those connection points it has with your mat. And aware of how your body feels against the air around you, space around you. And then begin to notice the movement of your body with your breath. Aware of the back of your body, how its interaction with the mat changes with each breath. Aware of how the whole front of your body moves with each breath. And then let's turn our attention now to our breath. Inhaling through your nose into your belly, pausing, and then exhaling through your nose. And we're going to do a little practice of our victorious breath here. That breath that makes that oceanic sound. And let's start. Just hold your hand up in front of your face, a couple of inches away from it. And pretend that's like a mirror. And open up your mouth and breathe onto the mirror like you're trying to fog it up. So you're making a sound with your breath. And then make that same sound as though you're trying to draw it in. And notice how your throat just constricts a little bit with that breath. And now we want to try and make the same breath, but with our mouth closed. And slowing it down. Like you want to fog up that mirror nice and slowly. And this breath is just so useful in the stretches to help us deepen the stretch and to really stay present. So let's take 3 more breaths like this, making that nice deep oceanic sound. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, rolling over onto your side, let's make our way up to stand at the top of our mat. And as you stand here, checking in with your feet, that they're in a straight line with each other and they're pointing straight forward. Equal weight on both feet and them about hip width apart. And we're going to start our practice today warming up through our sun salute. So we'll go nice and slowly, stay present, and take it easy with your body. It's just getting warmed up. Let's raise the arms up over the head, palms together, raise the gaze and take a breath. And then sweeping down, hinging at the hips, bend the knees as much as you need to as you come into a forward fold. And then going halfway up or just step the hands away from the feet to lengthen through the spine. So whichever you prefer, to find a long spine. And back through to forward fold. And then placing the hands on the mat, let's step that right leg back for a forward fold. Sorry, for a low lunge. Raising those arms up, just ensuring they're coming past your ears. And then let's bring those hands down, making our way into plank. So setting up with the hands, opening the fingers out nice and wide, just pressing into the mat with the tops of your fingers as you step back into your plank, shoulders over wrists. And then coming down on your knees and feet, keeping the elbows in, let the chest come down and then the belly. And then let's draw the forehead and chest away from the mat. pushing on up here through your tabletop and slowly making your way into downward dog. So easing the legs into it, stretching them out, getting the hips back as far as they can go, the spine as long as it can be, pressing away from the mat with your hands. Gaze towards the belly button. And when you're ready, coming to your point of stillness. And being generous with yourself, have your knees as bent as they need to be. One more breath here. Let's stretch that right leg out behind you and step it through for our low lunge. And then hands either side of the foot and step that left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, raising those arms over the head, palms together, raise the gaze. And sweeping through again to your forward fold. And halfway lift or lengthen the spine. And forward fold. Let's step that left leg back. Low lunge. Arms past the ears, engaging the core. And then through to your plank for 3 breaths. And then coming down onto your knees and feet, chest and belly, and drawing the forehead and chest away. Pushing up through to your downward dog. One more breath here. Let's stretch that left leg out behind you and step it through. Low lunge. And then stepping up into your forward fold. See, can you get a little deeper now? And bend the knees. Coming all the way up. Bring the hands down into prayer at the chest. Take a breath. And then from here, I'll just come to the long side of the mat. We're going to turn the feet out slightly and open the legs out. We're going to come down into our squat. So you know yourself how deep you can go. So just come down to what works for you. Use blocks or cushions if you need to. Pressing your elbows against the knees, bring the hands into prayer. See, can you make a nice straight line from elbow to elbow? Lengthening through the spine. One more breath here. And then bringing the hands down onto the mat, turn the toes to the front, lift the hips up, keep the knees bent, stretch the arms out, clasping those fingers together, pushing them away. So we've got a nice straight line all the way through your spine. Nice little leg conditioner for this pose. One more breath here. And then let the hands come down onto the mat, bend the knees over the toes now, and let's stretch that right leg out. Flexing the foot, again lengthening through the spine. You're up on the toes of this foot. And taking one more breath here. And from here, place the hands down. Let's bring this right knee all the way down onto the mat. Open out the foot behind, keeping the left leg extended with the foot flexed. We're going to hinge at the hips to again come halfway down. Raise the arms up, looking ahead. Bird pose. Lifting those arms back as far as they can go, so you're really opening the chest here. One more breath. And then bringing the arms down, let's just take that to the other side. So placing that left foot on the mat, just stepping across and stretching that right leg out. Flexing the foot, lengthening through the spine, feeling that nice stretch on the inside of the thigh. One more breath. Using that nice, victorious, oceanic breath. And then let's get this left knee down onto the mat, stretching the right leg out, keeping the foot flexed, and again hinging at the hips that here. Raise the arms up, opening the chest for your bird pose. Feeling your breath just help to really accentuate the stretch. And then from here, we're going to make our way back up to the top of the mat to start with. So we're in the right position for the next pose. And then we're going to come down into a squat. This time, see, can you put your hands under your feet as you come down into the squat, either on the outside or on the inside of the feet. And again, lengthening through the spine here. 2 more breaths. Really listening to yourself breathing, staying very much in the present, totally engrossed in the pose. And then taking your hands out from under your feet, let the hands come down onto the mat. We're going to step the right leg back and turn this left foot to face the front. So we come into a low lunge. So then check out your low lunge. So My right knee really isn't back far enough at all here, so I'm going to just stretch it back a little bit more so I can really get the benefit of the low lunge here. The nice stretch for the quad, the extension of the right hip, the contraction of the hamstring, and the contraction of the strengthening of the upper leg on the left leg. Bringing your hands onto your left leg, lengthening through the spine. Engaging that core with each breath. And then from here, come down, bringing your hands down onto the mat. You can heel toe this foot out to the edge of the mat, and let's come down into a lizard pose. So coming down onto your forearms if you can, if it's comfortable. Maybe you can get that right leg back a little bit further. It's okay if the knee is falling out and the foot is a little raised, that's fine. One more breath here. And then lifting up, putting your left hand against that left leg as you just press it away and turn your gaze towards the back of the mat, getting a really nice twist here. Twisted dragon. And coming back to the center, let's just take that to the other side. So stepping the left leg back and the right leg up. Again, making sure you're getting a nice stretch in this right leg as you rise up, keeping that, in the left leg, keeping the right knee over that right ankle. Again, getting yourself into the pose, nice square hips, engaging the core, lengthen the spine. One more breath here. And let's come down into our lizard pose. So hands inside the foot, walk the foot out to the edge of the mat. And then coming down onto your forearms, one or both, or just lowering down as much as is possible for your body. And then down here, close your eyes, being in the present, focus on your breath. And then keeping the foot where it is, lifting up onto the hands, and with the right hand against that right leg, pressing it away as you look towards the back of the mat. One more breath here. And then coming back to the center, turn that right foot out to the edge of the mat, and let's step the left foot up and come back down into our squat. Again, pressing those elbows against the knees, knees against the elbows. Let the hips open and the spine lengthen. One more breath here. And then let's bring those hands down behind you as you lower yourself down onto the mat and lengthen those legs out in front of you for your staff pose, flexing the feet, sitting up tall, equal weight on both seat bones, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hands down either side of your hips. And then with this right leg, let's bend the right leg and bring it up to the left thigh. And reaching forward with the right hand, let's hold on to this left foot. And then you can raise the left leg up if you want. Bending the knee as much as you wish. And having that nice twist. Now keep the left leg raised. With this right leg, you might want to pull it underneath you a little bit more, a little bit closer to you. And then taking the left leg, just see, can you step it over that right leg? So let me spin around and show you what I mean. So we want to just step it across it. So we're a little bit like a pretzel, slightly in a knot. Lord of the Fishes. I don't understand why it's called Lord of the Fishes, but this is what it's called. And let's then bring our right hand outside this left leg and the left hand to the side. So we're in a nice little twist, lengthening through the spine. You'll feel a nice stretch all up the outside of this left leg. Two more breaths here. And unraveling, let the legs come out long once again into your staff pose, sitting up tall, flexing those feet, engaging that core. And let's take it on the other side. So bending this left leg, having the foot up against the right thigh. Let's reach forward to the right foot with the left hand, bending your knee as much as you need to, and raise that right leg up, bringing the right hand behind you. So you're getting a little bit of a twist, trying to keep the spine long. So we don't want to be leaning back like this to do it. Keep that shoulder to hip alignment. One more breath. And then let's draw this left foot in a little closer. Step the right foot over if it will go there. And take your twist to the right. Again, lengthening through the spine. All of these poses are just helping us to build up to our baby grasshopper pose that we're working towards. Just to help us get into it. And let's come back around into our staff pose once again, sitting up nice and tall. And then with this left leg, once again, bending it, bringing it up against the right thigh, this time reaching for the right foot with the right hand. And again, taking a little look to the left. Maybe draw your left hand behind your back here. That's a great way to also just check in on your own alignment, that you're nice and long and straight. And then from here, drawing that left hand down, bring your hands either side of the leg. Let's fold forward over this right leg. One more breath here. Really focusing on the moment, on the pose. And coming back up to sit once again into your staff pose. 2 breaths here. And then with this right leg, bending the knee, bringing that foot up against the left thigh, reaching for that left foot with the left hand. And don't worry, if you can't reach it, you can either bend your knee or let the hand come onto the shin. So again, working with your body, bring the right hand behind you. Maybe draw it behind your back, taking a little twist to the right. One more breath. And then from here, straightening up the body, hands either side of the leg as you fold forward over this left leg. Each breath just helping you get a little deeper. And then making your way back up to sit once again, back into your staff pose, legs out long, sitting up tall. And let's come through to a forward fold here. So again, bending your knees as much as you need to. Let's come forward. Lengthening through the spine. Each breath just helping you get that little bit deeper. And making your way back up to sit up tall. Let's take a little twist here to the left as we just lower our upper body down towards the mat. And drawing yourself back up to sit. Let's come forward once again into a forward fold. One more breath. Drawing yourself up with this right leg, cross it over the left leg. Having the ankle proud of it. Again, both feet flexed, sitting up tall, hands either side of the hips. One more breath here. And then let this foot travel on down to the mat. So as much as possible, having this foot pointing straight forward. And we're going to just come slightly onto our side here, with your hands either side of your foot, and just see, can you tilt forward slightly, raising your hips up. Okay, so that's all you're doing, just lifting up slightly off the mat. It's really about weight distribution rather than strength. So if you play around with it, you will find your position where you're able to lift yourself up. If you're finding it really tricky, you can start with a block and sit on the block, step your foot across, and then you're slightly raised before you do it. We want to keep this right hand in front of the shin and then lifting up from here. And if you're doing this and finding it relatively okay, you might want to reach forward to your leg, holding yourself up. One more breath if you can. And then bringing yourself down onto your mat or your block. Well done if you managed to do that. Just let the soles of the feet come together and move the knees up and down. One more breath here. Then letting the legs come out long and the hands come behind you. We're going to lift up into an upward plank. So just lifting up the hips, lift the gaze. One more breath. And lowering yourself down, legs out nice and long. Let's come forward once again into our forward fold. One more breath here. And then coming up to sit, let me just swing around so I don't have my back to you. And we're going to take a twist this time to the right for our little greeting of the earth. Nice twist, lowering the upper body down towards the floor. One more breath here. And then drawing up, let's come forward into our forward fold once more. One more breath. Drawing yourself back up into your staff pose. Let's cross this left leg over the right. Flexing the foot, hands down either side of the hips. One more breath. And then letting that foot come out. So it's onto the mat in front of the extended leg, bringing that left hand over to the side. And again, if you don't want to lift up, just doing this or even reaching to the foot is 90% of the pose. And if you feel like lifting up, use your block if you wish, and find your distribution of weight that will help you lift the hip up and maybe reach towards the foot. One more breath. And lowering yourself down, bringing yourself back to the center of the mat, soles of the feet together, and again just let the knees flop and move up and down. And maybe bring your hands behind your back, letting the shoulders come back a little further, which might just help for the legs to open out slightly wider. And lengthening out the legs, bringing the hands up. So I like to have them quite close to my hips for upward plank as you draw up, lifting the hips up. And lowering yourself down onto your mat, bending the knees and lowering your back all the way down. And just step your feet out to the full width of the mat here. And let your knees fall over to the right. Maybe bring your arms into a T. And then over to the left. And back to the right. And to the left. Once more on either side. And then take them to the right. And let them rest there as you turn your gaze to the left. And then moving it over to the other side. Coming back to the center, hugging those knees into the chest and just gently rocking from side to side. ready, let your feet come down onto the mat and your legs come out nice and long, palms facing upwards. And let's squeeze the toes together. Keep them squeezed. Push the heels away from your body. Think about drawing your knees upwards so you're really tensing up the whole of your lower body, squeezing your glutes together, drawing your shoulder blades together, squeezing your fists, raising your arms up slightly, holding this tension in your whole body, holding it here. Keep holding it and then soften it out. Letting go of your toes and the soles of your feet. Letting go of the tops of your feet, your heels and your ankles. Letting go of your calves, your shins, the backs of your knees, fronts of your knees. Letting go the backs of your thighs and the fronts of your thighs, your glutes, pelvis, your lower back, the back of your rib cage, the length of your spine, your shoulder blades. Just let it go. Letting go of your belly, front of your rib cage and chest, your shoulders. Letting go of your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, your wrists, the backs of your hands, the palms of your hands, and your fingers. Letting go of the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. And take a little time here for gratitude. Identifying the things that are working in your life today. And letting your heart fill with gratitude for all that is good in your life. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose into your belly, pause, and then exhaling through your nose. Each breath drawing you in deeper, deepening that connection with your inner self. And imagine you're in your favorite place in the world. Take it all in. Take in the sounds, sights, the textures, textures, the colours, the smells. Find a place here to sit and be at peace.